Hi and welcome to Drummers Review. I'm Matt, and in this video we're going to take a look at the Rogers Covington kit. Released in 2020, this kit's look and style is based on the classic Rogers kit of the 1950s and 60s and is available in 3 different wraps and a black lacquer finish. In the studio today we have a 3-piece shell pack in a red ripple wrap, consisting of a 12 by 8 inch rack tom, 14 by 14 inch floor tom and a 20 by 14 inch bass drum. Alongside these we have a Rogers B7 Natural Brass Dynasonic 14 by 5 snare drum with the classic 7-line styling around the shell. Each of the shells are 6mm thick, 3-ply maple and poplar with 2-ply re-rings top and bottom, featuring 45-degree cut bearing edges on the inside with a rounded outside edge and a beautifully stained interior. The unique selling point of these shells is that they are heat bent, which is different to steam bent, and then air dried to get that vintage sound. All of the bearing edges, drilling and sanding processes are done by hand, as is applying the wrap finish and all of the various metalwork in another hark back to the past. The hardware on each drum comprises of classic beavertail lugs and script nameplate with bow tie tension rods on the bass drum. Another nod to the past is the traditional hexagonal floor tom legs and rounded bass drum spurs. Rogers have also updated the leg mounting brackets to their new Ultramatic mounting system, which offers a low-profile clock face style custom mount that fits both 12.7mm and 9.5mm hexagonal floor tom legs. The bass drum sports black wooden hoops with a matching inlay in the centre. Heads-wise, the kit came supplied with Remo-coated Ambassadors top and bottom on the toms, and the same on both sides of the bass drum. And finally, the snare was fitted with a coated Ambassador over clear snare side. The retail price in the UK is £3,995, with the snare costing an extra £895. Let's take a listen before coming back for some comments on our experience of this kit. Straight out of the box, the red ripple wrap on this kit screams vintage, but to our eyes it does look a little more on the pinky side of red, possibly more of a fuchsia or magenta type colour. Once tuned, the bass drum instantly transported us back to the 60s, with plenty of attack, mellow tone and very quick reaction underfoot, thanks mainly to the bearing edges and the shallower depth, but still with plenty of resonance. The toms were easy to tune and were possibly some of the most musical drums we've played in this style of drum. Sustain was long but not overpowering. They were bright and punchy, but with a low-end hum in the background. The classic floor tom legs had memory locks, big rubber feet, and the mounts were sturdy and solid. The Dynasonic snare drum with its 1.2mm natural brass shell, 10 die-cast beavertail lugs, 1.6mm triple flanged hoops and internal dampener gave us a wide tuning range and really was a favourite of ours in the studio. It was warm and super sensitive from the slightest whisper to the loudest crack. Rim shots were clear and sharp. We got a very controlled sustain and a great live sound. The Swivel-matic clock face style throw-off, exclusive floating snare rail system and adjustable 20-strand snare wires are effortless, smooth and function perfectly. Another of the Dynasonic's features is the uniquely designed independent knob to allow snare tension to be controlled separately for super adjustability. The kit as a whole felt great and was a joy to play. We feel that Rogers' aim here is to bring the past to life, and they have achieved that perfectly. Live, we think the powerful sound characteristic would lend itself perfectly to rock or blues, but also the sensitive nature of the drums could easily blend into jazz and big band combos. Coming in at £3,995 for a 3-piece shell pack and an extra £895 to add the snare drum, there is no doubt that these drums are towards the top end of most people's budget for a 3-piece kit and would be a serious investment. But with plenty of companies adding a vintage style kit to their catalogue, there is obviously a demand for that old school sound, look and feel, which this kit provides in droves. The snare is versatile, responsive and would make a great all-round choice for a plethora of styles. This kit would definitely please vintage enthusiasts as well as keeping the more modern players happy. We hope you've enjoyed this review. As always, leave us your comments and thoughts. Please click on the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you can get notifications on future videos, and we'll see you next time here at Drummers Review.